Good day to all. I am Mala Acharya. We will start with Chapter 5, Part 2, Elements of Communication. As I had told in the previous video also, this chapter basically deals with all kinds of communicative skill in your workplace. In the first video, we have already learnt about the meaning of communication, good communication and bad communication, process of communication model, factors responsible for a successful communication process. Next, we will start with importance of communication through English. We are living in a globalized world and English plays an important role in all fields. It is a medium of instruction in technical, medical, law and other educational institutions and in the life of all individuals. So here the below mentioned are all the importance for which communicative skill in English has to be improved. Number 1, English is the storehouse of knowledge. After our school career, whenever we are going for our higher studies, either we can choose technical, medical, law or any other course. All the books of higher studies are written only in English language. Therefore, it is very necessary and essential that we need to improve our reading skill in English, spoken English and also communicative skill in English. Therefore, English is described as the storehouse of knowledge. Next is English is described as a link language. In our workplace, whichever organization we are working, we work with the people belonging to different community, different language, different state or different country of the world. We get connected easily with them if we have a better spoken English skill. By that way we are able to express and discuss and participate in any kind of discussion in our workplace and we get better facility to get linked and connected with the people belonging to different language. Number 3, English helps us to build a confident personality. Once we have a good spoken English skill, we feel confident, courageous and also we are able to express ourselves, present ourselves in the best possible way in our organization or any other organization that we move to in our official works. Next, in all organizations, official transactions are carried out in English language. Maybe nowadays all regional languages are also given importance for official transactions, but still then it is mandatory to maintain the official documents in English language in all organizations. So it is very much necessary that we need to develop our English language to maintain in a better way all kinds of written forms of communication in our official work. Next, English helps the MNCs to function as a single unit. MNC here stands for multinational companies. So as we all know that multinational companies have their branches all over the world. So the different people, that is the staff or the employees of multinational companies, they may be living in different branches of different countries, but they can associate and cooperate with each other in a single project work through video conferencing by exchanging their ideas and thoughts with the common language, that is the English language. So in international level, if we want to have a career and to work in any MNC company, it is very essential to develop our communicative skill in English. Next, English is most commonly used as a window language in digital world. So now digital world has brought a revolution throughout the world and window language is the computer language. So English has been described as a window language in our digital world because whatever social connection we have in our social media or we are sending mail to anybody, the only language that we obey in our computers and our electronic devices is the English language. So it is essential we need to develop our writing skill and spoken skill in English. A fluency in English makes us feel at home being in any part of India or any country of the world. If we have a better spoken English skill, then whenever we are traveling to any other state with a different language or any other country of the world, we feel at home because we are able to express ourselves in a better way and we can manage our things in a better way whenever we are traveling to other states or other countries. So this is all about the importance of communication through English. Next, coming to professional communication. So here we will learn about all kinds of communication that we have in our professional life. So professional communication is basically of two types, that is formal communication and informal communication. Let us have a general idea of the formal communication. The sharing of messages regarding the official work of the organization is called formal communication. That is, within the organization, all kinds of transactions, all kinds of documents, all kinds of conversation, discussions are carried out in a formal way. That is, all the employees, they obey, they show respect to their seniors and juniors, and they obey to the rules and regulation of the organization. So all kinds of communication that takes place inside the organization is called formal communication. Informal communication, the sharing of unofficial messages, ones that go beyond the organization's formal activities. So during our working hour, we have our tea break, lunch time, coffee break. So during those leisure hours of the working hour, the employees or the colleagues, they share a lot of personal ideas, personal things among themselves in a friendly way, and where they do not obey any rules and regulation, and that is what is called informal communication. Now let us learn the definitions of professional communication, formal communication, and informal communication. Coming to professional communication, the communication in the various forms of speaking, listening, writing, and responding carried out both in and beyond the workplace with obedience to defined rules in person or through electronic devices is called professional communication. So in our professional life, any kind of communication that may be spoken, that may be the guidance and the suggestions, or any kind of written forms, that is letter, application, reports, anything, and all kinds of reply or response that we give in our professional life is carried out with some defined rules. It may be face-to-face conversation or it may be through electronic devices, that is through email or fax. All those communications are called professional communication. Coming to formal communication, the flow of information through the hierarchical line of authority which obeys code of conduct and does not bypass the authority. So all communication within the organization, it flows from the higher level to the lower level, that is from the seniors to the juniors. That is what is called the hierarchical line of authority, and all employees, they obey the rules and regulation, that is called the code of conduct, and they never overcome or bypass the authority. That is what is called formal communication. Informal communication, the automatic flow of information which develops from the friendly conversations shared by employees in their leisure time is called informal communication. As I had told you, during the leisure hours of the working within the working place, the friendly conversation among the employees, there is spontaneous exchange of ideas and sharing of feelings. All those are called informal communication. Now coming to formal communication, it is again of three types: downward communication, upward communication, and horizontal communication. So before knowing each of the formal communication, we need to understand the organization structure. The organization structure is found in the shape of a pyramid because the head of the organization is only one person, and slowly downward the member increases. The president may be one or two, The vice presidents may be, the members may range from 1 to 5 persons. Management members, they may range to 1 to 20 persons, or employees that may range from 1000 to above. So it takes the shape of a pyramid, and all the notice and the office orders are always issued by the head of the organization, which is obeyed by each and every stage of employees, designated employees of that particular organization. All organizations function in the hierarchical line of authority. That is, all orders moves from upward to downward, from the authority to all the employees. For example, orders and notices are issued by the authority or the CEO, that is the Chief Executive Officer. This is implemented by all members of the organization. So here you will get a better understanding of the hierarchical line of authority, how the communication travels. So here the head of the organization, if the head of the organization is the president, he issues all the orders and transfers that to all the employees, which is obeyed by all employees. So here the communication travels from upper level to lower level. So this is called downward communication, as it is moving from upper to the lower level. And when employees are getting connected to the authority through their suggestions, through their request, the communication flows from the lower level to the higher level, and therefore it is called upward communication. And all the decisions are always taken by the head of the organization, which is obeyed by all the employees of that particular organization. Now coming for the definitions of formal communication. Here is the formal communication we have already discussed. Now coming to the different types of formal communication. Downward communication. The communication from higher level to lower level of hierarchical system is called downward communication. This is the definition of downward communication, where the senior or the head of the organization is having a conversation with all the employees. So that time the communication flows from the higher level to lower level, and therefore it is called downward communication, as the communication is moving down. Coming to upward communication, the communication from lower level to higher level of the hierarchical system is called upward communication. So here when the employees are having a conversation, having a request to the head of the organization, the communication is moving from lower level to higher level, and therefore it moves upward. Therefore that is called upward communication. Horizontal communication, the communication among employees or seniors or between professional peer groups working in the same level of hierarchy is called horizontal communication. That is the colleagues. When there is a meeting among the colleagues, among the same designated employees, then that is called horizontal communication, where all the members, they belong to the same designation, same post, then that is called horizontal communication. Now these diagrams will give you a better understanding of the organization communication flows. When the information is traveling upward, that is the employees are here and they are having some kind of request to the head of the organization. So here the communication is moving from down to up. Therefore it is called upward communication. And here the arrow mark is moving down. That is the head of the organization is having a meeting with all the employees. Then that time the communication is moving towards down, and therefore this is called downward communication. Horizontal, this kind of arrow marks you will get in the exams. So with the symbols you have to identify what kind of communication is it. This horizontal communication, where all the employees of the same post or same designation are having a meeting among themselves, that is called horizontal communication. So this is all about the formal communication, where upward communication, downward communication, horizontal communication, they have to obey the code of conduct, the rules and regulation of the company. So this is all about the formal communication